Hey everybody, Jada Griffin here with IGN. I'm at the Kia Forum for the VCT Grand Finals. I'm here with map designer lead Joe Lansford, and we're going to be talking about the new map coming to Valorant, Sunset. Hey Joe, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
So, Sunset is a very different map than what you guys have created in the past. Can you tell us a little bit about Sunset?
Sure. So we wanted to start with pretty simple goals. You know, it's a two-site map, heavy focus on mid-control, and we wanted to do a little bit more pivot cover than we normally do. So pivot cover is like, you know, floating pieces of cover. It's not attached to a wall, so both teams can kind of fight over it and control the space. Yeah, that's kind of the TLDR version of the map goals.
Nice. And this map is a little special. It takes place in a place that's very important to Riot and Riot Games. Where is Sunset inspired from?
So Sunset is inspired by our hometown, LA. We went right out in our backyard for a bunch of reference and stuff. Literally just stepped outside, take pictures of buildings and materials and all that stuff. Yeah, made it a really smooth process.
So Joe, Sunset features several graffiti pieces from native LA talent. What can you tell us about your collaboration with these artists and which ones stand out to you?
We worked with a few LA muralists. I think there are 3 that are across the map. So they designed pieces for us that we think are reflective of the location and, you know, LA art and diversity and culture, and really kind of capture the feel of the space. Yeah, I believe there's one in attacker spawn, there's one over by A long, and one in defender spawn. So I'll let y'all find them and enjoy.
Definitely looking forward to checking those out a little bit more. What are some of your favorite elements you got to incorporate about LA into the map Sunset?
So in movies and games, LA is often depicted as like the Santa Monica Pier in Hollywood, and that's kind of it. So we really wanted to show other parts of LA and what people who live in LA actually think of when they, you know, imagine LA. So we went downtown, we went to East LA, we went to the LA River, just all over the place, and found, you know, here's some Art Deco architecture and mission style architecture and all the stuff that you really see if you live and, you know, go around LA. So we wanted to bring that to this map, the authenticity.
So Sunset also features a different kind of Radiantite exposed objects in the map. There's a clock tower, there's a hole in the parking lot. Can you tell us a little bit about what this new Radiantite kind of exposure is, or let us in on any details?
So I can't reveal all the secrets, but it is a different sort of manifestation of Radiantite than we've seen on other maps. I'll let all the lore junkies kind of stew on that one and figure out maybe why it's that way. But yeah, nothing to reveal at the moment.
They're keeping their secrets. Okay. So Joe, Sunset has a distinct mid-control centric design in mind, featuring 2 sites with vastly different looks and control strategies. Can you give us any tips from your time on the map and how players can succeed against their opposition?
Sure. So we saw a lot of success with Viper and Harbor. So if you throw them on B site, they're pretty good at gunking up just the main choke there. And then similarly on A site, they can find a single choke to throw their util in. They're great on attack because they can cut off that big open mid. They can make some interesting angles, again, with their utility. Harbor's great at kind of supporting his team. So yeah, those are 2 that immediately come to mind. But we also saw some unique plays with Gecko. You know, Gecko, it's his hometown, so it makes sense. But yeah, those are the 3 that I would say, like, try those ones out, and then I'm honestly excited to see what players come up with, because it's always different from what we have internally.
Sunset is based on the look and feel of Los Angeles, as you've already said. The setting for this year's VCT Finals, what's your personal favorite part of the map, and why?
So I think my favorite part of the map is I'm a skater. I'm a lifelong skater. If you go over to A long, we snuck a skate park in the underpass. There's some really good Tacta friends out there too. So I'm a sucker for the skate park. That's the one.
I can't wait to see what those Tacta friends look like, what they're doing in the skate park. Got some tricks?
They got some tricks.
All right. Now, nearly every map in Valorant has undergone some sort of transformation from chapter to chapter. How does the Balance team address these changes fundamentally to change the way a map is played?
So we approach it from a few different angles. For example, one is just player sentiment. Are players enjoying this map? Both like regular players and ranked, and also the pro teams. Balance is another one. How, attacker or defender favored might this thing be? And also just general health, and what I mean by that, it's sort of vague, is like, are we happy as a design team with how a map is playing? Is the pacing right? Are we seeing a diversity of agent picks and team compositions? So it's never like really one thing, it's kind of a combination of pieces.
Now, surely Sunset went through multiple design iterations before its full release. Can you talk to us about some of the changes that were left on the cutting room floor and why those elements didn't make it into the final version?
Yes. So one of the very earliest iterations of this map had an acid pit. So there was like these pipes that players could walk across, and if you fell in or got like knocked in by a breach hold or something, you would take damage from being in the acid pit.
Any other elements that just didn't make the cutting room floor for Sunset?
Several changes to just the geo, the actual like physical chunks of the map, where a path will get moved, it'll get shifted, two paths will get combined, that kind of thing. Lots of different iteration, but the only real mechanic that we pulled was the acid pit, and we used to have 2 doors on the map at one point, but ended up with only 1.
Just 1 door. All right. Now, Gecko as a native Angelino is directly linked to Sunset. What Easter eggs or areas can players explore in this map that relate back to the agent?
I think we have his basketball court. So go check out the basketball court. You recognize some Gecko colors. And you might be able to find his house out in the Vista somewhere.
Time to take a stroll through the world of Valorant. Joe, thank you so much for your time. I cannot... I was like, if only that went over when I was reading the card. We wouldn't have wasted all that time. Last plane for the day. We got so many planes here in LA. They're just everywhere. Do we have planes in Valorant?
I don't think so, actually. I don't think we have any planes in Valorant.
We should get some planes in Valorant.
Funnily enough, that was a game mechanic I experimented with years ago, was some audio elements on a map like that, where a bunch of like wind blew and silenced everything. Yeah.
Oh, we're diving into a little bit of history, a little bit of secrets. I like it. Well, Joe, thank you so much for your time. I cannot wait to check out Sunset and Valorant and see what Valorant has coming next. You guys at home can check out the new map Sunset and Valorant on August 29th. And for all things Valorant, keep it locked to IGN.
Keep your guard up.